On May 12, 2025, the federal trial of Sean Diddy Combs officially began in the Southern District of New York, ushering in what many are calling one of the most high-profile celebrity trials in decades. Combs, a once celebrated music mogul and entrepreneur, now faces a slate of serious federal charges, including sex trafficking, racketeering, and coercion. His legal downfall follows a dramatic series of events that have upended his career and legacy. The courtroom was packed early in the morning, with media outlets, legal analysts, and a few notable public figures filling every available seat. Security was tight, as federal marshals escorted Combs into the courtroom. Despite the gravity of the proceedings, Combs appeared calm, dressed in a tailored navy suit. At one point, he even gave a thumbs up to onlookers, a moment that drew both surprise and criticism on social media. The trial began with opening statements from both sides. Federal prosecutors took the floor first, painting Combs as the orchestrator of what they described as a predatory network that leveraged his fame and power to exploit women, manipulate employees, and silence dissenters. The prosecution alleged that over the span of more than a decade, Combs maintained a shadow operation under the guise of parties, music promotion, and business development. These operations, they claimed, included orchestrated events where women were trafficked, drugged, and coerced into non-consensual sex acts. Prosecutors used the term freak-offs repeatedly, an internal label they say Combs and his inner circle used to describe the sex parties arranged at his homes, hotels, and on his private jets. The prosecution stated that victims were often young women, some aspiring artists, others recruited through social events or Instagram, and were lured in with promises of music deals, modeling gigs, or career mentorship. Once drawn into Combs's circle, the women were allegedly pressured into submission through a mix of psychological control, access to drugs, intimidation, and financial dependence. According to the lead prosecutor, these events were meticulously planned, with Combs often documenting them for his own use or blackmail purposes. The defense countered by accusing the government of orchestrating a character assassination campaign. Combs's lead attorney described the allegations as the product of disgruntled ex-associates and opportunistic accusers, many of whom were said to have financial motives. They admitted that Combs had made mistakes in his personal life and had led a lifestyle that was, not without controversy, but argued that every encounter mentioned by the prosecution had been consensual. They called attention to what they said were inconsistencies in witness statements, highlighting time gaps, conflicting recollections, and a lack of physical evidence in some instances. The emotional centerpiece of the day came when Cassie Ventura, Combs's former longtime girlfriend and singer, took the witness stand. Her testimony was stark, intense, and at times visibly painful. Cassie spoke about years of psychological torment and physical violence. She described specific episodes where she said Combs beat her, including one caught on a hotel surveillance camera in 2016. She also detailed multiple freak-offs where she claimed she was forced to perform sexual acts in front of Combs and his associates. According to Cassie, refusal was met with threats, both veiled and explicit. She recounted a night where she allegedly tried to leave his home after an argument and was tackled and dragged by her hair back inside. Her appearance in court, after years of silence, marked a turning point. She had settled a civil lawsuit with Combs in 2023, but she told the court she felt compelled to testify after seeing other victims come forward. Cassie's cross-examination by the defense is scheduled for later this week, and it is expected to be contentious. Another powerful testimony came from a woman identified only as Jane Doe to protect her identity. She told the jury she met Combs at a music showcase in 2018 and was invited to a private networking retreat in the Bahamas. Once there, she claimed she was drugged and assaulted by Combs and two unnamed associates. She said she woke up disoriented and covered in bruises, and was warned by a bodyguard not to speak about the incident. Her story was supported by photos, text messages, and a journal entry she had saved from the trip. Combs is facing the following charges: racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud or coercion, transportation of individuals for prostitution, obstruction of justice, and witness tampering. Each charge carries severe penalties. The most serious, sex trafficking by force, could result in a life sentence if Combs is convicted. The charges stem from an extensive federal investigation that began in 2023 and included coordinated raids of Combs's properties in Los Angeles and Miami in early 2024. Agents reportedly seized electronic devices, personal documents, and surveillance footage. A grand jury handed down an indictment in late 2024, and Combs has been in custody since then, denied bail on the grounds that he posed a risk to witnesses and could potentially flee the country. Prior to today's hearing, the public had seen only fragments of the case, viral headlines, a few leaked documents, and social media speculation. But in court, the narrative is shifting from rumor to detailed allegation. What was once whispered about behind closed doors in the music industry is now laid bare under oath. Combs's legal team is expected to call its first witnesses later this week. Among them are business partners, former staff members, and at least one security guard who is reportedly prepared to testify that he never saw any coercive behavior. The defense will try to frame the witnesses as having skewed motivations, questionable credibility, or conflicts of interest. Legal experts believe the trial will last several weeks and could feature testimonies from multiple well-known figures in the entertainment industry. Outside the courtroom, reactions have been mixed. Some longtime fans expressed disbelief or support for Combs, insisting that the trial is an example of a fallen black celebrity being used as a scapegoat. Others, especially those in the #MeToo advocacy space, are hailing it as a reckoning long overdue, pointing to the music industry's history of shielding powerful men from consequences. Regardless of the outcome, the trial represents a seismic moment in the intersection of celebrity, power, and accountability. It may set a legal precedent for how sexual abuse allegations involving influential figures are prosecuted in the future. As the trial continues, more witnesses are expected to take the stand, with testimony projected to stretch into early summer. Each day will bring new revelations and deeper insight into a case that, for now, remains anything but predictable. And there you have it, the latest shocking developments in the Diddy trial. This case is only getting deeper, darker, and more intense with every passing day, and we'll be right here covering every twist, turn, and jaw-dropping reveal. If you're into real celebrity drama, the stories behind the headlines, and exclusive breakdowns like this one, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a single update. Hollywood Hype.